strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks led to the loss. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To the air goes Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Here's Prescott. He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but it's fair to say this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 13 carries, 103 in the yardage department. And he stopped immediately there.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Throwing now is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Back to the ground with Robinson. Dances by him. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They find themselves a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now Prescott. And that's complete to his running back, Vaughn. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle was there, but couldn't bust free. You talk about this Washington defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott now. A short one there. He put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Hey, kill. What do you think?
Prescott going right back to Ferguson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He'll swing this out to Moss. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
At the 20-yard line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Moss on the give up the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Prescott to throw it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their... They've got his man, complete. Down the left sideline, inside the 10, and he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Prescott from the gun on third. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Daniels. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Daniels looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Daniels. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Commanders' first down.
To throw is Daniels. And that'll be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Robinson up the middle. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd and 4. Over the middle, that's the tight end Senate. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
To the air goes Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Ben Simmons.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Commanders would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it is 28-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come to half.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
Out come. Now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Throwing, Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll go up the middle here with Moss.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 6.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, kill. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll go again here with Moss. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 41, here's second down and 7.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Here's 2nd and 7. A give up the middle to Akers.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Now 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Ben Sinnott.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Commanders open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Looking to throw, Prescott.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And strong running there as he's a field and down to the 49.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, Washington.
Now a handoff up the middle. Buckner, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
They'll keep it on the ground. Buckner, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Daniels.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. Now a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, what is it?
To throw is Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
We're going to 54 wires.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop. Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now Prescott. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Prescott.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Prescott on 3rd and goal.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Now 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. Buckner. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire